Hello everybody, Tarek37 here, and welcome back to Let's Solo Star Wars, the FFG RPG. Um, let's see. So last time, Romhen had a very pointed conversation with Sylvars. They basically told Romhen to return to Imperial Center, which is what they're calling Coruscant now, uh, to be fully debriefed and to very pointedly stop looking into the Jedi. Um, yeah, which Rom isn't comfortable with, but um, Rom thanked Eva Stalbini for the help escaping. Currently, the plan is they're going to Dantooine to swap ships. Eva's mercenary group is going to be getting back on board the Argentum, but they are giving Rom Hen the Dreamscape, because a yacht isn't really a yacht with no weapons is not really great for a mercenary group. The Argentum fits their needs much better. It has 5 armor. It at least has a light laser cannon with that can basically hit uh, anything up above them. The this only has 1 armor, no weapons. Actually, hold on. Let's compare their stats. I guess the Dreamscape has slightly more hull trauma, but it has less system strain and less encumbrance capacity, so it can't carry as much. Let's see. Sorry, I'm also... While I'm thinking about it, might as well check. It has a slightly better backup hyperdrive, but not by much. Same hard points. Worse sensors, same amount of consumables, same amount of passenger capacity. Yeah, there's just not enough to. It's just not worth it. Overall, I think the Argentum suits their purposes far better than the Dreamscape. Heck, even the Dreamscape, I don't think really suits Rom Hen's purposes either, given that it's you know, uh, he's going to be the pilot. That's a neat feature. Oh, also, this is going to be a friendly ship. And let me make sure I update that here as well. But yeah, Romhen is not, I actually have a couple of questions that I'm going to ask at the start that I think will be interesting to find out how long Romhen's going to be staying on Dantooine. And this actually is not going to be an Oracle roll, this is just going to be a straight up uh, knowledge roll. I'm going to say this is like 3 difficulty, but I'm going to give Rom 2 boost dice. I'm asking, does Romhen know that there was a Jedi enclave on Tatooine? Dantooine, not Tatooine. He actually does, surprisingly enough. I'm actually super surprised by that. Actually, even without the boost dice, that still would have been a success, surprisingly. Huh. So Romhen does know that there was a Jedi enclave on Dantooine. So, which the reason I gave him the 2 boost dice is because we determined from that one roll a while ago that Rom wanted to be a Jedi. He rolled a nat 1 on the Oracle question of if he knew, uh, if he had a positive opinion on the Jedi, which was an extreme yes. So that's why he had the 2 boost dice, because it's like, well, odds are he would have, if he's as interested and as I think he is in Jedi, then he would probably have been reading up on, you know, all like Jedi stories, and there's a quite a few significant Jedi stories that intersect with Dantooine. Um, all right, so that is the so Ramhen does know, so he's going to be staying on Dantooine for a while. Now, the next question, this will be a fade question. The question I'm asking is, and I'm going to leave this as unsure, is there a Jedi hiding on Dantooine? Rom will not know this at the start, but that's going to be one of the things he's researching. I'm leaving this as unsure instead of like I could see an argument to be made for it being unlikely or very unlikely, but because in the past Jedi have come back to Dantooine, and given how safe Dantooine has been, I don't think there's been any like major attacks other than the ones from KOTOR and KOTOR 2. Like Dantooine, I think is a fairly peaceful planet for the most part. I don't think there's a. I think it might be considered a fairly safe area for at least one Jedi who has a history. Might be a historian of some kind. Maybe they'd want to go to Dantooine, knowing that that's a fairly safe place to hide. So I'm leaving that as unsure. Okay. I rolled another one. Alright, so exceptional, yes. Is there a Jedi hiding on Dantooine? Absolutely. Now, what does that exceptional yes mean? Does that mean there's more than one Jedi hiding on Dantooine? I'm gonna make that be a fake question. If this is a no, then I'm gonna say then that means there's only one Jedi hiding on Dantooine, but they're a very powerful Jedi, like a Jedi Master maybe. Are there many Jedi hiding on Dantooine? This one I will put at unlikely, just unlikely, because one, if there's if there's a lot of Jedi hiding on Dantooine, it's not going to be safe for long. 68. No. All right. So there's just one Jedi hiding on Dantooine, and since it's just a no and not an extreme no, an extreme no, I would have said a Jedi Master. I'm going to say there is a Jedi Knight hiding on Dantooine, not a Padawan, but a Knight. Alright. Ramhan does not know this, but he's going to be looking. I don't even think he suspects a Jedi hiding on Dantooine. He just is probably going to be looking, because he knows Dantooine has connections to Jedi, so there might be at least some information. So, Rom guides the ship down to the landing pad on Dantooine near, I think the settlement I'm thinking of is called Kunda. It used to be, I think it was the Matale estate, if I'm recalling KOTOR and KOTOR 2 correctly. And we'll say that they arrive at roughly the same time, the Dreamscape and oh gosh, the Argentum. When they land, Rom is going to turn to Eva and say, well, it's been a pleasure being your pilot, but I think you'd probably feel a bit better with someone who knows a bit more about how your ship flies. And he's going to reach out to shake her hand. I think Eva's going to say, it's been a pleasure having you as a pilot. Again, if you need anything, let me know. I'm sure our group could do something and to help you out if you need it. Thanks. Hopefully I don't need it, but with the way things are going, I don't know. So I might need your help, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. But if you need my help, I'll do the same. So, with that, Romhen's going to depart. You know what? I'm going to at least somewhat generate the like leader of the mercenaries. Tall and unusual. Ooh. Trying to think of the tall species in Star Wars. My first thought went to a Wookiee, but we had a conversation in basic with this person, so maybe a moon? Muun, like Sand Hill, I believe is his name. Actually, let's make that a fake question. Is he a? They're from the planet Moonalinst, and they tend to be bankers, but obviously this guy did not choose that path. Is the leader a moon? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll leave that as unsure because I don't know. 25. Yes. All right. I think Romhen's going to be a bit surprised by that. Like, oh, all right, that is unusual. So let's see. Personality, practical, and adventurous. Yeah, I think that actually fits pretty well. Do a quick motivation to find out what. Ooh, he's angry about something. 4 and a 5. He's an angry person, and he wants approval, I guess. Interesting. He's practical and he's adventurous. He's motivated by anger and a need for approval. Okay. And give me a sec while I go check the fantasy name generators and see if maybe they still have maybe if they've got a lot of different there we go. Tall and thin humanoids with long heads and thick long fingers. They come from planet Scipio, but are more known for their mineral-rich planet Moonlands. Oh, I didn't know that. This allowed them to found the Intergalactic Banking Clan, which in turn kept them from being destroyed by the Galactic Empire, who instead utilized their economic strength. Darth Plagueis was a moon, and part of the Banking Clan, in which he utilized the moon's economic powers to destabilize certain start systems, aid the Empire, and thwart the Republic? I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure if this is a. Alright, we're going to go with, I like this one, Hicks Selly. Hicks Selly. Also, while I was on my browser, I realized, oh, I forgot to mention this image that you're seeing in the background. I saw this on ArtStation by a looks like Ryder Arts is their name on there. The artist's name is actually Luke Ryder, it seems like. So yeah, I will put a link to their to this art in the description of the video because I think that is really, really cool. Really like this art. It's very beautiful. So, Hixelli, he's practical, he's adventurous, he is motivated by anger and a need for approval. I think, well, you know, let's see how the conversation's gonna go. Let's see. Miserable. That's fair, given 72. Mistrust. Ooh. All right. He actually might not be too happy to see me. He's miserable and probably doesn't entirely trust. I'm pretty sure my character said earlier that he was a member of Republic intelligence, and they've probably also gotten caught up in what's going on. So he's probably not very trusting. So Hicks is going to go up to Romhen, kind of look him over, and say, "Well, I want to thank you for rescuing Eva and for returning our ship. Since we have no need for the yacht we took, um, and don't really think that planet will be very welcoming if we go back to return it, how about you take it? Maybe you can return it, or your people can return it. I don't know. I just want to be done with this whole travesty of a mission." Well, happy to help. Hope I at least saved you some time and frustration trying to get her out of that place. Sorry, I couldn't be a bit faster. Hicks is just gonna look at Rom, and I think he's gonna like tentatively hold out his hand, and Rom's gonna shake it, and Hicks says, "I'll consider this a business transaction. I hope you don't need to, with all due respect, I hope you don't need our help anytime. I hope you don't need our help anytime soon because I am going to be trying to keep us busy. I doubt we're going to get paid very well given our failure on that mission. So we're probably going to be busy for a while trying to scrape up some more jobs, especially since the war's over, there might be a bit of a trouble getting contracts. So good luck with whatever you're going to do, and goodbye." So Hicks is going to kind of stiffly walk back to his ship with the rest of his group, who seem a bit... Actually, I'll ask this question. Does the whole group mistrust Rom? Because maybe that adds in, like, maybe they had a bad experience with, oh, no. I was going to say, if it was a yes, then maybe they had a bad experience with a Republic intelligence mission during the Clone Wars, and they don't really like Republic intelligence agents. But this might just be a personal thing from Hicks. Maybe Hicks has his own issues with Republic intelligence. I'll put that as a note here. Rom's gonna wave goodbye to Eva, and I still haven't found a deck plan for the yacht, so I'm going to say Rom is going to give like a brief like look at it, see that there's probably some carbon scoring on this thing. There's probably some like little issues here and there, but looks like intact. Obviously, they were able to fly it here from. I'm just gonna call it Bastion because I don't remember the pre-Imperial Remnant name for it. And I think the first thing he's going to do he is going to go to a local bar and ask around. Just kind of he's going to casually ask around about Jedi. Now, I am not going to roleplay like every conversation, but I will have him roll a streetwise check, and I will say I'll leave it at 2 difficulty, but I'll add a setback die. Yeah, I'll just add 1 setback die and see if he can find out anything. No. Threat. I also rolled a threat on that previous one. I'm going to do something I've done as a GM, where I will build up threat. I kind of like store them in the background, and once a certain threshold is reached, a bad thing will happen. Usually, like if 5 threat get accumulated, a bad thing will happen. That's just a me thing. I don't think the rules are supposed to be like it's a more immediate thing, but sometimes the only thing you can do with threat is like, oh, I add a strain, and that's not really either the strain is going to go away almost instantly, or it's or the effect it would have is like so minuscule it's like it's not even going to do anything. So I like to sometimes just like have it stored in the background for later. So that's what I'm going to do here. We are currently at 2 threat. Actually, I will party resources. Add a new resource. Resource name threat. Threat. Default value is 0. We're going to have the default value currently be 2. Minimum value is 0. You can't have negative threat. Maximum value, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to create the resource, and there we go. Threat. We're currently at 2 threat. So, when that reaches 5, we're going to have something bad happen. Kind of like the churn effect from the Expanse RPG, except it's not going to it's not going to keep building and building and building. It, like, once it hits 5, something bad's going to happen, and then we're going to reset it back to 0. We're not going to have a epic churn effect that completely messes with everything. So Rom, he asks around, but one, I don't think he has much money on him. How much money does he have on him? I'm going to say he should have gotten his credits back, and he was supposed to get like a D100 worth of credits after character creation, so I'll just roll that real quick. 76 credits. He has like some money on him. Not a lot, but enough that he can... He's at least going to be able to get back to Coruscant without any issues, but he's still in a bit of a... Doesn't have that many credits, so he can't really do any bribes or anything. I think what he might do... I think he's going to get access to a terminal and try to surreptitiously... I'm not going to any setback this. He's going to try to surreptitiously get like a map of the area that includes the Jedi Enclave. And he's successful. He kind of just makes it like large. He's able to make it large enough where it seems like he's just like looking in the area, in a general area. He's not really looking specifically for Jedi Enclave, but it still like gets him close enough where he's like he can map his way to it. And he's going to start heading his way over there because he would like to investigate. And also, before he goes, I'm going to have him roll a deception check, and he's basically going to send a message to Republic Intelligence, which is now Imperial Intelligence, of he's basically going to say, he's lying and saying that he's having, like, issues with his ship, and he's trying to familiarize himself with it so he can, but he basically says, I might be a day or two late. I'm just going to leave it at 2 for now. You know, I will... Hold on. First, let me see if I have anything that would... Oh, dang, I forgot about that. Decrypt transmissions. Well, that wouldn't... Charm check with cunning instead of presence. Okay. I need to remember I have these abilities, but... No, he's not going to convince them. I'll say they give him, like, he'll get a response, but the response is basically like, we're willing to give you an additional 12 hours to get here, but you're going to need to learn fast how to fly that ship. They want him back in action quickly. So Rom's like, well, I guess I better hurry. And he starts walking his way towards the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine, or what remains of it. And I think that's where we're going to end the episode. Thank you all for watching / listening. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this one wasn't, again, not a very action heavy, but then I don't think Rom's a very action heavy character. He's much more of he's a spy. He's not, if he's getting into action, he's kind of in trouble. As evidenced by the fact that his first combat encounter alone, he got taken out by two Nemoidian guards and was only able to escape because of Eva being a gunner and having a giant cannon to mow them down with. So yeah, he's not supposed to be getting into combat. So, and when he does, he's gonna need to be clever, not. He's gonna need to be more clever. So, thank you all for watching / listening. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.